OUD, the Real Car Market Talk using Real Car Market Data podcast. I'm global Porsche market expert Mark Smith, and along with my time-altered ego Flochbaugh, you have entered the over-under drive. I've contributed to the building of some of the biggest collections in the world, and now I'm bringing you the inside market know-how that I use in my live auction hammer price forecasts, and which I have used to assist the world's greatest collectors and traders in assessing their portfolios. OUD represents real market opinions, and it drills down like no one else can. There's no BS, and there's no wasted tire kicking. So let's get started. It's time to drive.
Now let me guess. The man of the house needs a second car so the little lady can go to the garden club while he plays gin rummy with the boys, huh?
Oh, actually, we need a car so we can go rock climbing.
Rock climbing? Why would anybody go climb a rock?
We have to think about it.
Yeah, what's there to think about? I mean, you told me you liked it. You asked me 10,000 questions. I answered every single one of them. You drove it. You love it. What more do you need to know?
We gotta sell 400 cars. How am I gonna sell 400 cars?
Make them drive the car. Make them touch it, feel it, smell it. Get them excited. When they're excited, they pay more.
You're thinking, can I afford to buy a car like this? Huh? Am I right? Seriously, Stan, you can't afford not to buy a car like this, and I'm going to make it easy on you.
Welcome to OUD with your host, Flochbaugh. 2K21. It's finally 2K21, and I cannot wait to dip my spoon into the ice cream of a new year. Sparkly for everybody, 2020 is officially in the hindsights. So let's pick back up with some PTS cars. Vid 423808 is a 2018 991.2 GT2 RS Base in fashion gray. Leather Alcantara interior, black platinum stitching. 16 of the non-metallic base cars have this interior. Its MSRP is $325K when the market average is $317K, mostly due to the PTS paint difference price. Miles is 713 and the market average is around 1,990. So looking right until we see the asking price, $440K. The market average is $339K. That's $100K over the average market for a base GT2 RS. Sounds like we need the P9 Registry valuation toolkit to sort this one out. So one click on the smart link on the P9 vehicle data page, and we pop the valuation tool. Now the tool first tells us that the car is priced 30% over market, but its MSRP was only 2.5% more than the market average. The mileage adjusted MSRP spread valuation estimate is $362,617. That's 17.5% down from the ask. The mileage adjusted market differential valuation estimate is $358,226. That's 18.5% down from the ask. Now you can add something for the PTS, especially if you like gray. But the valuation estimates, which are adjusted for MSRP and other premium and discount factors, tell us that PTS for the 991 GT2 RS only brings around a 7 to 8% premium to market, not 30%. That means this one is over. The Zanzibar Red is a PTS color that I recall a lot from the 997 era. And this one with black full leather is one of 12 in 997.1 Turbo Coupe and only one of 6 in the much coveted manual transmission category. Using the P9 Registry search app, anyone can get these kinds of data. But to dig down into the heart of the matter as regards Vid 408344, a 2007 Turbo Coupe with manual, we're going to need premium access. A 10K higher than average market MSRP, we'll keep that in mind. The Experian Auto Check report says 4 owners, no accidents. If treated well, okay, but we need to see the records. And with the manual, we need to see an overspeed events report provided by our good friend, the ECU. Now, if that all checks out, we can see from the images in the P9 registry that the interior shows something of the car's 21,900 miles. But then, this is 18K below market average miles. So others may look like this one too, and probably not as good. The P9 Registry first spotted this car in December 2018, so 2 years ago, and the price to this day has not changed from the $109K being asked back then. So at $109K today, it's around $30K over market average price for these cars, which is $79K. That's at 30% over. Well, let's dig deeper into the analytics and valuation tools. It has an MSRP spread valuation of $89K and a market differential valuation of $85K. That's around 20% lower on average than the ask. So digging deeper, the PTS premium for this model is around 10%. So on average market price basis, a max estimate for this car would be around $90K. Slice it and dice it any way you want. This one is over. If you are buying or selling or just tire kicking a high-end Porsche, you must subscribe to P9 Premium. There are so many resources available through P9 Premium that it's really hard to describe. Go to the P9 Registry feature log and you'll find all the latest updates, the time you'll save, the mistakes you won't make, the information you will have access to. It's all available right there, nowhere else. You cannot even begin to compare the value to the price of admission. So chalk is not so much of an exciting sounding color, and it's not that uncommon in some Porsche models. Yet in the 2017 991.2 Turbo S Cabriolet, it's a PTS color, and that is a VID 432855's main story. Now, this is a nice looking car with a natural leather interior in Espresso and a cabriolet roof in brown. And it's only one of two built in North America PTS non-metallic with this interior. Of course, it's a PDK. Anyways, this one at a 152K is 26K under the market average ask, and we need to know why. Or is this just the buy of buys right now? Mileage at 6,148 is under the market average around 9750. MSRP is above the average build at 221K. This puts it in at 31% under MSRP when the market average is only 19% under MSRP. There may be some untapped value here. Auto check is clean, but 3 owners maybe a little high. Factoring in all the deets and a market averaging 177K, this one should be in at right around 182K. So what gives? A quick dealer check for the unusual? Nothing. Did I mention it's a nice looking car? If you like brown, and maybe that's part of the challenge with selling this one, it's under. Hey, OUD listeners, a quick reminder. You can find the cars being discussed on this podcast on our Instagram at OverUnderDrive and on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to both. And if you join as a P9 Premium member, you get full access to all the data used by OverUnderDrive to analyze specific cars on this podcast and their market comps. With daily updates on over 40,000 Porsches, there is no comp for P9 Registry. In the 991.1 GT2 RS, there are a lot of ultraviolet. Almost 20% of the North America build. But what about in other models, like say the 991 Speedster? Ultraviolet was a PTS option in the base model Speedster. Now, PTS in the Speedster was not that uncommon, with 154 of the 483 base Speedsters for North America done in a PTS. That's 32% of the build. Now, exterior custom color was a $12,830 option. Hey, but who's counting the pennies at this level? For VID 437294, you can add FAL, Bose stereo surround, and sports seats plus backrest shells in leather. Now, the target price is $329K. It's not too off the market average of $324K, and its MSRP is $7K higher than the market average base. By the P9 Registry valuation models, this car should be up around $330K before mileage adjustment. But miles are affecting price with these things. And adjusting for that, the value drops down to around the market average. Mileage is 745 and a market averaging 516. Now, that doesn't seem like much, but even these small amounts of extra mileage are worth a few $1,000s. As 991 Speedsters go, it's interesting looking, but I'm not sure how the color fits the body. Sometimes it's a judgment call using all the best data you got. In this case, it's a fine line. The asking price to MSRP is $2K less than the market, and the MSRP is $7K more than the market average MSRP, this is a $9K swing in the car's favor. The ask is only $5K more than the market, meaning the seller is leaving a few $1,000s on the table. It's a small margin for sure, but if you like ultraviolet, this one is under. Well, that's all, folks. Over Under Drive is done for this week. Check in next week for a fresh batch of OUD, where we keep everyone honest with real market fresh takes. Find out what models we are thinking about and the cars that caught our eye on every new OUD podcast. Subscribe where you get them. And be sure to tell them you heard it on OUD. We're out.
This isn't some high-tech sports car. To tell you the truth, it doesn't even handle that great.